nowhere else will you get this, right? He's going to exit after 4 years with a certificate, 4 years experience, and much greater skill than he would have got anywhere else. And of course, all the other aspects, you trained him, you changed him as a human being. He's a different human being after 4 years. So, I think of these three options that the average 12th standard student faces, I think he will opt for this, except for those students who want to continue straight away for further studies. We are even trying for the people who join after 10th standard, that when he leaves after 4 years, we are trying to give him a 12th pass, certificate. So there he also gets an opportunity to improve his educational qualifications. So it's a win-win for both sides.
And give the mic.
हेलो सर्वप्रथम सर जय हिंद। मैं रमेश यादव PNG न्यूज़ से। सर, अग्निपथ इस योजना के अंदर कुछ आरक्षण की व्यवस्था है? अगर है तो महिलाओं की कितनी भागीदारी और महिलाओं के लिए क्या कुछ व्यवस्था है सर?
नहीं, तो हमने आपको जैसे बताया कि the entry conditions are exactly terms and conditions जो हैं, बैठिए is exactly same जो अभी हैं, और अभी there is no reservation for anything. As far as the women are concerned, the Indian Air Force, the Air Chief has given in principle approval to enroll women also, but it is a work in progress. It will happen in time. We are working out the modalities of how we will do it.
Hello. Sir, I'm Amit Kauper. I'm an independent working journalist. And my question is that what about the rest of the 75%? You'll be selecting 25%. So what will happen to those 75%? How will they gain out of it?
So, like has been explained in the slide, a 12th standard student has 4 years, right, after he joins, where he gets something like an average of 35,000 rupees every month over the 4 years. Gets to be trained to operate high-tech equipment, especially in the Air Force. Learn skills that he would not learn anywhere else. Become more confident, become more capable of himself, and we would give back to the society a much better human being than what we had got. Plus, when he leaves, he would have something like 11.7 lakhs with him to launch his new career. Maybe he wants to start a business, maybe he wants to make a startup, things like that. So if he had stayed on, let's compare a boy who had not joined and a boy who has joined. After 4 years, the boy who did not join will probably have a BSc, that's a certificate. And the boy who joined will have 4 years of work experience. He'll have a skill set that nobody else has. And military training is valued in any job, right? And there are some inputs also now that the Home Ministry has said that they will also give some sort of preference to people who come out of the scheme in the recruitment for CAPF vacancies. So there is an advantage there as well. Apart from the basic things of becoming higher skilled, higher educated, more experienced man or woman who has sufficient money when he exits to start a new life as a much more capable human being.
And another question is that how much of the how many percentage of the regular recruitment will be carried out by the armed forces?
100%. all recruitment now will be through this scheme.
Through this only.
Yes, this is the only scheme now. There is no other form of recruitment.
Okay.
Yeah.
नमस्ते सर, संजीव राजपूत GLA गुजरात यूनिवर्सिटी से। सर, ये जो नई स्कीम की घोषणा की गई है, इसकी वजह क्या है? पुरानी जो सिस्टम है उसको क्यों बदला जा रहा है?
तो आप जानते हैं कि ये जो सिस्टम, जो अभी रिक्रूटमेंट का जो सिस्टम है, ये बहुत सालों से आता है। ये इट इज ऑलमोस्ट लाइक अ वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 वाला सिस्टम हैज वर्कड इन द पास्ट, बट आज का जो यूथ है, और खास करके वो यूथ जो ITI यूनिट्स में जाता है, जो स्किल सेट लेके आता है, उसकी नॉलेज, उसकी कैपेबिलिटी स्पेशली IT में, कम्युनिकेशंस में, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में इज मच हायर देन द एवरेज यूथ वाज अर्लियर। प्लस इट इज ऑल्सो फेल्ट दैट 2040 तक हमारे देश की आबादी की 50% जनता 25 साल की एज से कम हो, मतलब कि ऑलमोस्ट हाफ द नेशन विल बी यूथ। और अगर वो यूथ को आपने यूज करना है, उनको टैप करना है, it has to be an educated youth, it has to be healthy youth, it has to be motivated youth, it has to be skilled youth, it has to be an experienced youth। तो ये सब कहाँ से आएगा? और आर्म्ड फोर्सेस बिकॉज इज द लार्जेस्ट रिक्रूटमेंट है ना गवर्नमेंट में, इट इज फेल्ट दैट, आपने जैसे फिल्म में देखा, हर बच्चा, हर लड़का या लड़की आजकल भी सोचती है कि मैं बड़ा होके कुछ फौज में करूं ना करूं। इनमें से ऐसे कोई होते हैं कि जो अपनी सारी जिंदगी नहीं देना चाहते हैं फौज में, कहते जी घर में रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, माँ बाप का बिजनेस है, कुछ खानदानी कुछ है, मैं बस 4-5 साल देना चाहता हूँ। वो आज की तारीख में इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल। अगर आपको ज्वाइन करना है तो आपको फुल लाइफ सर्विस को देंगे। This over last 5, 10, 15 years, people have been saying to us, I would love to join the armed forces, but I cannot give my full life to it. आप एक यू स्कीम क्यों नहीं बनाते कि some people serve for a certain amount? ये अपने जो ऑफिसर कार्डर में है, it already exists between 10 to 14 years की एक शॉर्ट सर्विस स्कीम है, because we recognize the same thing there also. So same thing is being done here, and this is being done the world over. Generally, the world over, most militaries give a reduced portion for people to volunteer. So it is win-win situation. So military also gains, and the nation gains, because you get a disciplined, healthy, fit, capable, experienced, skilled youth back to the nation to go into all the other jobs and all the other disciplines. So the nation gains as a whole, not only the military. इसलिए
सर केंद्रीय न्यूज से प्रभु बोल रहा हूँ मैं
जी।
सर, ये जो 4 साल का जो ड्यूरेशन है, अगर ट्रेनिंग के बाद में अगर कोई उसका दुरुपयोग करता है तो कुछ ऐसा कुछ ट्रेस करने का, जैसे कोई आतंकवादी प्रवृत्ति में चला जाता है, इस टाइप से अगर 4 साल के बाद में उसका फीडबैक है या ये जो है उसका कुछ ट्रेस करने का बंदोबस्त है डिफेंस के पास?
नहीं, आप कह रहे हैं कि जब वो 4 साल के बाद छोड़ के जाएगा
जी,
तो वेदर विल कीप अ रिकॉर्ड ऑफ हिम कि वो कहाँ गया, क्या हुआ उसको।
कई बार देखा गया है, जैसे अभी जम्मू कश्मीर में देखा गया है कि जैसे पुलिस का ट्रेनिंग के बाद में लोग आतंकवादी पे बन जाते हैं, पुलिस का जॉब छोड़ के, ये टाइप का होने का चांस है। इसमें भी डिफेंस की तरफ से अगर ट्रेनिंग ले लेते हैं 4 साल के बाद में कुछ ऐसे प्रवृत्ति में जा सकते हैं, तो उसके लिए कुछ एक्शन का प्लान है?
नहीं, मैंने तो नहीं सुना आज तक कि कोई फौज का बंदा बाहर जाके, इट इज फिर तो किसी को ट्रेनिंग नहीं देनी चाहिए हमें, है ना?
It's a very hypothetical
So many
situation.
things can happen, yeah. So then we should not have an army at all, because then the whole army can go outside and do something. It is आपने उसमें कितनी पेट्रियोटिज्म डाली, कितना उसको मोटिवेट किया है कि मैं देश के लिए काम कर रहा हूँ। So it is I don't think that there is any chance, especially after serving the military. जब उसने अपनी सारी जिंदगी दे दी फौज को देश के नाम, तो अब वो वही देश के खिलाफ कुछ करेगा? मुझे तो नहीं लगता।
सर यही सवाल को मैं थोड़ा आगे कंटिन्यू करता हूँ। सर
जी।
ये योजना 4 साल के लिए, जैसे
जी।
आप बता रहे, आफ्टर 4 years हर कैंडिडेट आगे कंटिन्यू नहीं कर पा रहा है।
जी।
वो उसके बाकी जो सोशल लाइफ है उसमें जा रहा है।
जी।
दैट टाइम इट मे बी हैपन कि कोई चीज़ों की वजह से ब्रेन वॉश होना, या कहीं जगह हम ये क्वेश्चन ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं कि आतंकवादी बने, बट कुछ दूसरी प्रवृत्ति में ना जाए, क्योंकि वो ट्रेनिंग लेके आ रहा है, वो फिजिकली वो स्ट्रांग हो रहा है, मेंटली भी वो स्ट्रांग हो रहा
जी।
है। अब एग्जाम्पल के लिए मैं अगर ट्रेनिंग ले रहा हूँ, अब मुझे पता है कि मेरे अंदर कितनी पावर आ रही है, मैंने ट्रेनिंग ली हुई है। आफ्टर 4 years, क्योंकि ये योजना 4 साल के लिए हर कैंडिडेट के लिए कंटिन्यू नहीं हो रहा है, तब कुछ उसका मिसयूज।
दिस अब मैं इसका व्हाट आंसर टू है, टेल मी, मैं क्या बोल सकता हूँ इसके बारे
आगे इसका कुछ ट्रैकिंग रहता है वगैरह सर, कैसा कुछ रहता है?
No, he is released into the let's civil employment. I mean, because there is no pension, so there will be no trace of him. At least the Air Force will not track him. जो सिस्टम अभी है, जिसको आप पेंशन दे रहे हैं, so you have a track, you know which is his bank account, जिसमें पेंशन जारी है, तो you know where he is. But I don't think that we will track them afterwards.
Sir, I have a question. I am Avinash from the Indian Express.
Yes.
Sir, could you also tell us about the SWAC's roadmap about recruiting these Agnipaths? Because I think about 16,000 personnel will be recruited over the next 4 years. So how will SWAC go about it? And I also have a second question, which is how many non-juniors, non-commissioned officers have been recruited in the past 5 years from Gujarat or by SWAC?
You are saying by SWAC, you are saying? By SWAC?
By SWAC.
See, all recruitment is central recruitment. It's not that SWAC does its own separate recruitment. Recruitment is done centrally. Yes, we have MN selection centers in several places in the country. But all call letters, everything is given centrally. It is irrespective of which state, like we said earlier. It is all India, all caste.
There is no separate, as sir is saying, there is no separate state which SWAC gets so much. They all get centralized and then they get their posting in various commands.
It is just for practical reasons that MN selection centers are kept all over the country. But it is not that the selection center that is here recruits only from Gujarat. That's not true. They get people from all over India.
Sir.
Yeah.
मेहुल देसाई GTPL निर्माण न्यूज़ में। सर ये अभी जो हम डिफेंस में सेना में होते हैं, नेवी में, आर्मी में, तो इसके रिटायरमेंट के बाद कहीं पे जॉब मिलती है उनको, गवर्नमेंट जॉब में उनको मिलता है, लाभ मिलता है, तो अग्निवीर को भी ऐसा लाभ मिलेगा अगर 4 साल के बाद कहीं स्टेट गवर्नमेंट में उनको लाभ मिलेगा, जो कोटा होता है उनका अलग से?
नहीं, तो आपने प्रेजेंटेशन में देखा होगा कि they will get a skill certificate, right? And that skill certificate is not your usual, skill certificate. He will be operating the latest technology in the world. Even the weapon, the rifle that he holds, is the latest and the most capable rifle in the world. Even if he is doing just that. So, बाकी जो जहाज पे काम करेगा, radars पे काम करेगा, the missile systems, these are very high technology and the latest technology. And I feel people will just take him like this in the field. If they want professional, capable, skilled, disciplined, motivated people.
जो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट में कोटा होता है उसकी बात कर रहा हूँ।
There is no explicit statement as of now, but it is being worked out. Like I said, the CAPF have agreed, but they will work out the modalities. मतलब what will be the percentage or whatever that is, but they have agreed.
Sir, I have a question. So,
Let others also answer.
excuse me,
Yeah.
I am Rotin Das from the Statesman. Till now, the Armed Forces recruitment policy had a proportional quota from all the states as per their population in the national pool. No.
Are you talking about the army? You talking about the air force?
No, all.
No, there is no state-wise quota whatsoever.
No, as per the population, as per the population proportion of the state, like 6%, 5%.
No.
As per.
No, not to my knowledge.
It's all
Is it only for the army?
Army, in the past, for some infantry regiments, do a caste-based selection, like let's say Rajput regiment. Their recruitment is from certain areas of the country, or Dogra regiment, or Sikh regiment, or let's say Madras regiment. They recruit from certain areas, but there is no such thing in the Air Force or the Navy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there is no such thing in this time.
No,
in
absolutely.
Agnipath.
It's all India centrally administered recruitment. It doesn't matter what language you speak, where you are from.
No, I am not talking about the language.
Yeah, and there is no quota. There is no quota.
The
Nothing.
proportionate regional breakup.
No.
That's not there. Okay.
No.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Ketan from the Bhaskar sir. सर मुझे ये जानना है कि रिक्रूटमेंट आपके स्कूल कॉलेज में जाके करेंगे या फिर एनसीसी से करेंगे या फिर डायरेक्ट कैंडिडेट आपके वहाँ ऑनलाइन करेगा कैसे?
This scheme, because it is new, we will go out.
Okay.
And we will show the people what is this new scheme. So people will not know.
Okay.
So, but in the earlier cases, for airmen and all, we are not going into schools and colleges and all, because we find that we have a sufficient number of, let's say, volunteers. We don't need to do it. So there is no, outreach in that sense. Because आज आप देखो हर वैकेंसी के लिए 100 से ज़्यादा लोग आते हैं. But because the scheme is new, we will have to go out into the people and tell them, that this is the scheme.
Awareness is the key.
So we will do that.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Yeah. No, did you want to know about how we will do the selection or how we will find the candidates? Because selection procedure remains the same, absolutely the same.
नहीं, मैं ये कहना चाहता था सर
जी
कि जैसे बच्चे को यहाँ पर आपके रिक्रूटमेंट कर रहे हैं
जी,
तो काफ़ी रिक्रूटमेंट रैली आप निकालते हैं
जी जी,
तो कैंडिडेट वहाँ पर आते हैं
जी.
तो ये नई स्कीम है और एज लिमिट भी उस टाइप से है तो क्या आप स्कूल कॉलेज में जाएंगे एनसीसी से लेंगे एनसीसी कैडेट्स को लेंगे कैसे आप तो आपका आगे का प्लानिंग किस टाइप से है?
नहीं, exactly the way we are doing it now. तो रैलीज होती हैं, we lay down that so and so base like.
रैली तो रहेगी मगर ये क्या स्कूल कॉलेज में भी जाएंगे क्या?
No, there is no plan as of now to go and recruit. There is no need.
Okay.
There is no need. तो लोग अपने आप आ रहे, like I said, एक वैकेंसी के लिए 100 लोग हैं. Now, with this scheme, hopefully it should be much better.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Amit, please, I'll answer you later on. Let others also ask.
सर मैं ललित चौधरी
It's okay.
सर मैं ललित चौधरी अपडेट टीवी से सर 4 वर्ष का नौकरी आप दे रहे हैं और उसके अंदर में 9 महीने का ट्रेनिंग का प्रक्रिया होगा और आने वाली पीढ़ी को क्या सीखेंगे और देश के लिए क्या सेवा देंगे और फिर मार्केट में आएंगे तो क्या आपका सीक्रेट प्लान क्या मार्केट में ब्रॉडकास्टिंग नहीं करेंगे क्या?
तो मतलब आज की तारीख में भी ऐसे कुछ लोग होते हैं, ये तो एयरमैन हैं. एयरमैन जनरली आर नॉट एक्सपोज्ड टू सो मच सीक्रेट थिंग्स. जो असली सीक्रेट्स हैं, जो प्लान्स हैं, जो एक्चुअल कैपेबिलिटीज हैं, they are not exposed to. They are only officers of a certain seniority and above. Like we laid down, what rank and above can handle a certain kind of document. That's a secret document can be handled only by somebody of this rank and above. So their exposure to what is really secret is very little or nil, actually.
कुछ उनके लिए एरिया का बॉन्ड रहेगा, कुछ एरिया में जा सकते हैं, कुछ एरिया में
No, they're absolutely same. Terms and conditions are absolutely the same as any other airman.
तो क्या लगता है सर आने वाले दिन में अगर इस तरह की भर्ती होगा तो फिर आने वाले क्या असर पड़ेगा देश पे? क्योंकि 4 वर्ष में क्या सीखेंगे, क्या मार्केट
इम्प्रूवमेंट ही होएगा ना. See, the training will be around 6 months, not 9 months. और जो मतलब we will जो 6 months की ट्रेनिंग है और जो 4 साल वाले लोग हैं, they will only be trained up to set. Let us say एक जहाज में तो 3-4 टाइप के मेंटेनेंस होते हैं. एक वो डेली मेंटेनेंस होता है जो दिन का होता है, एक होता है सेकंड लाइन मेंटेनेंस, वो 100 घंटे फ्लाइंग के बाद या 200 घंटे 500 घंटे के बाद और थोड़ा डीप होता है, और एक थर्ड लाइन फोर्थ लाइन होता है विच इज वेरी डीप, which is like opening up the entire aircraft and doing a proper full deep maintenance. So these people in the beginning will not be trained up to that stage because there is no time. That will take time. It will take 2 years. So abhi, but there are sufficient number of other jobs and duties that they can do and they can be trained to do within 6 months. Security hai, administrative hai, accounts hai, logistics hai, cooks hai, all that they can be trained 6 months. So the training pattern is also being changed to cater for this. It will be more intense. The training will be more intense. So there will be no reduction in the professional or operational capability of the Air Force by this scheme. That will be ensured.
Last few questions.
Sir, only one question.
Please go
Bolo,
to
let him ask. I can hear him.
Sir, is this Sevanidhi package, is it a compulsory one or is one can opt for it?
You mean what he contributes?
Yes.
Yes. It is.
If he can opt for, he doesn't want that package, he can go for it.
No. There is no option.
Is it a compulsory package?
Absolutely. It is in his interest. If I give you the option, you will also not say.
No, but that means that initial he will be getting 60% salary, right?
Yeah, whatever.
21,000 as sir had said.
On 21,000 odd.
9,000.
That 9,000 will be cut.
Okay.
But he will get it back with interest.
That he will get.
Yeah.
At that moment of time, he won't be getting.
Yeah, that more he get
He won't.
21,000.
Yes.
It is, we find even now you are forced to say. Even now, it is not only for them, even the airmen that is serving now, some minimum amount he has to contribute. Even today.
The current arrangement is also.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, now